Wait. Don't start yet. Let me restart. Shit, man. I wasn't ready yet. All right, I already stopped it and restarted. Give me 1 second. All right, he's all good. All right, shopping's done. All right.
On your cue.
Me too. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Everything good to go? You got your thing ready to go when you're ready to start it?
It started.
All right.
Don't even get me started.
Welcome back to Jam Vision live on Twitch. I'm Cool Papa Jam.
I am Colbert, live on YouTube.
And if you feel like supporting the stream, tips are always appreciated, but never required. Just being here means a lot to us. Now we got that out of the way. Cole, what do you have for us today?
Yeah, so apparently Nintendo just took down some Mario Maker related things, specifically anything that related to Mario Wonder. You remember that game that came out?
I don't know anything about Mario Wonder.
We played it together. It was the
We
one
did?
on the Switch. Yeah, they were more cartoony.
One sec.
Very good game. Probably their best one yet, honestly, for a Mario game. Like a classic 2D one. Anyways, you turn into elephants in that one. I don't know if that jogs a memory.
Okay.
But is that and Mario Builder 64, which is like a community made one. But anyways, we're just gonna watch a quick video from Simple Flips here, just talking about the subject.
Okay.
Here we go.
So there'll be a lot to learn.
I wanted to come here and yap a little bit today about some concepts, some theoretical things I got going around in the mind. In case you didn't know, Mario Builder received a DMCA takedown on romhacking.com back in November. I didn't really raise a stink about it or talk about it much, because for me in this position, you just like to see how these things play out. And also, sometimes if you try and challenge these things, you'll receive some form of retaliation. And just for the record, I'm not the creator of Mario Builder, you know, like it's not really my battle to fight. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I wanted to talk about how it might sort of intersect with the potential of a Mario Maker 3. And then I also wanted to talk about the overlap that that DMCA takedown had with another DMCA takedown that just happened. A Minecraft clone called Alumeria, where, you know, Minecraft inspired, you shouldn't call it a clone. That game also received a DMCA takedown from Microsoft. And the reason that that is related at all is because both of those companies use the same third-party company, something called AI Tracer, to actually facilitate the takedown. So let me start from the beginning. If you use romhacking.com, you'll have noticed back in November that there were a few times the website just randomly went down. The reason this was actually happening was not because of the Cloudflare issues that were coincidentally happening around the same time, but because Nintendo had actually filed a DMCA takedown against Mario Builder 64 and one other page which listed Super Mario 64. We didn't host any of the intellectual property for Super Mario 64, it was just a page of the game saying, this is Super Mario 64, here is an empty patch file that you can combine with your own version of Super Mario 64. It will validate that, hey, you own a Mario 64 copy. The other URL was Mario Builder 64. Now, romhacking.com hosts plenty of fan-made Mario 64 content, so it's a little bit particular that Nintendo only wants to remove Mario Builder 64 from the website. In addition to Mario Builder 64 receiving that DMCA takedown, I got a screenshot from Get Lucky, someone who does a lot of modded content for Super Mario Wonder. A lot of their videos around the same time were blocked worldwide, essentially receiving their own DMCA takedown over on the YouTube platform. And I would say that Mario Builder 64 content and modded Mario Wonder content are very, very similar. They're within the same Venn diagram. And if you are someone in Nintendo's position and you are creating something that has similar interest, then perhaps you want to take out things that are going to muddy the search results when people are looking for your new titles coming up. I think Mario Builder 64 and Mario Wonder modded content are exactly the types of things that you would see in a Mario Maker 3D type of title. A lot of our friends who made Super Mario World ROM hacks or had Super Mario World tool assisted videos, before the release of Mario Maker, their videos also got DMCA taken down, so it seems to be well within their pattern to remove the things online that kind of conflict with their current goals. It is a bit telling for me
So,
that
pause it for a
the
sec.
only URL they went.
So, you're saying Nintendo's made something they sold that you can create, build things, but
Yeah.
they don't like you sharing it online?
No. So they've already made Mario Maker 1 and 2. I've played 2 a lot, and you've seen it,
Yeah,
right?
this like makes like it's like a game maker, like making levels and things like that.
Yeah, it's just like a level editor type of game.
And they're doing copyright strikes, like to bring this down when people
The thing
like,
no,
post it or something?
these are fan-made versions of different Mario games that you can make, not the official.
Out of the thing they sold,
No.
the Mario Maker.
No, it's not official. It's not using their game. It's not using their maker. They're making a different maker for other Mario games. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm,
They're trying to
okay.
basically we're waiting for a third one for a long time now, which would be coming out soon, one would assume. And the last 2 have been traditional 2D games, kind of like Super Mario 3, up to the Mario 3D where you turn into a cat.
Mm-hmm.
And with this new one, you turn to an elephant or whatever. And someone has made versions of that where you can edit it and make your own levels in that type of game. As well as Mario 64. People have made it to where you can make your own levels in Mario 64 and edit it, just like a normal level design kind of game. And they're just taking those 2 down specifically, even though there's a lot more level maker type of games out there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they're making their own
They're only
game.
bringing down the ones that's not Nintendo versions?
They're only bringing down specifically, and yes, they're not specifically Mario 64 and Mario Wonder.
Hmm.
And just 2 of them out of like multiple other ones that are probably out there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds like Nintendo though. They're always
Yeah.
on their way around on these copyrights and stuff.
Yeah, that's how they communicate with the fans.
Yeah. That's why they love me so
After
much.
was Mario Builder 64, I personally think they're making a Mario Builder type of game. It would make the most sense to me. And like, what would a Mario Maker 3 even be? Like a Mario Maker 3D? In the case.
Real quick, this is what hold on.
And like, what would a Mario Maker 3 even be? Like a Mario.
This is Mario Builder 64. Literally just a 3D map maker that anyone can just have fun with.
Mm-hmm. How do you get this, by the way?
Apparently it's just a website.
Okay.
And he mentioned, I've never used it myself, even though I probably should have before it got taken down. Because they were holding competitions and stuff to like build levels and just have fun. But
Who hosts the website, by the way? Do you know?
I don't know. This guy doesn't. But he's a supporter of it. He did mention how it works. I don't really understand it, to be honest, but he said you download this and then you implement it into your copy of Mario 64. So it doesn't come with like the game, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Mario Maker 3D. In the case of Mario Wonder, and most of the information I know about Mario Wonder modding comes specifically from Get Lucky and the stuff he puts on his Twitter, he sort of revealed that the way that they coded a lot of things in that game were that they're modular. Like, for example, that level where it's like black and white and you can go up and down and stuff and like all those special effects when you get the Wonder Seed, that effect of the Wonder Seed could be applied to like basically anything. To my understanding, it seemed like an on-off switch, an effect. Something that you would do if you were making a builder type of game where you could apply that effect to any of the levels you're creating. So whether or not the next Mario Maker title would be a 3D iteration or it would include things from Mario Wonder, it seems like there's evidence that it could likely be both. And that also would explain why Nintendo would want to target fan-made content that specifically seems to be in that Venn diagram. Alright, so let me get into now the more speculation thing. What I've said so far is basically my personal opinion. I believe that they're getting rid of these things online because it conflicts with something they're working on, aka Mario Maker 3, Mario Maker 3D, whatever you want to call it. That's my personal belief. Now I'm going to get into a little bit more of the speculation and what some of the other people over at romhacking.com think about it, and kind of just generally give you a lay of the land, if you will. So the email we received does not come directly from Nintendo.com when they asked us to remove the URL from the website. It actually comes from a third-party company called AI Tracer, signed by someone named Judith Wood.
Received. So he's part of this?
No, he mentioned before he's not. But here, I'll rewind it just so I can hear that.
Can you move your cursor?
Yeah, sorry. For some reason Opera does this pink line. I should do a different browser.
Yeah. Oh, just put it on
Kind
the
of just
end.
generally give you a lay of the land, if you will. So the email we received does not come directly from Nintendo.com when they asked us to remove the URL from the website. It actually comes from a third-party company called AI Tracer, signed by someone named Judith Woodward. They said, the reported website is unlawfully making available content that infringes the copyright of a video game owned by Nintendo. Nintendo is the rightful owner of the copyrighted work, and this use is unauthorized. The distribution, reproduction, or public display of the game or its associated content on the website violates Nintendo's exclusive rights under copyright law by AI Tracer, a company that handled this on Nintendo's behalf. Now, the fact that it's an AI company has raised some speculation because people believe that, oh, this was done automatically. They're scraping the internet for things that sort of resemble Super Mario 64, and they're applying these things without Nintendo's hand being involved. I personally don't believe that, but I understand why that theory sounds credible. And I believe that theory becomes a little bit more credible when you look at the case of the Microsoft DMCA takedown with Alumeria. So they received an email from Judith Woodward, extremely similar to the email that we received. Actually, our email didn't even get any of these fancy pictures, so I guess Microsoft is a little bit more involved, or whatever the case may be. But signed by the same company, signed by the same person, here is a DMCA takedown on behalf of blank. Now, Microsoft and Mojang tend to be a little bit more transparent with their dealings. You're never really going to get an official statement from Nintendo when they do something like this, but you do get some correspondence from companies like Microsoft, companies like Mojang. But their correspondence is to say they weren't even aware of the takedown, they're investigating it. Does that imply that this is happening automatically? Or does that just simply mean that this person who is in charge of Mojang activities has no idea what the legal department over at Microsoft is doing? I personally think it's the latter. I think that this person is completely telling the truth. They probably had no idea that that's going on. It's probably not within their, like, why would they waste their time seeing what Minecraft-inspired games are coming up and then randomly targeting things? I personally don't think that that would happen. That seems like a crazy activity to me. But I can...
You good?
Yeah, I was just checking off some sound over there
Okay.
as well.
I personally don't think that that would happen.
See, don't really getting it too much because it sounds like it's hosting on a third-party website that is not the property of Nintendo.
I don't think you play
Yeah.
Well, I've never checked it out, but I
And
think
then
you
said
download it
he's
off of
not
that website. Yeah.
part of the website, but he's used the contact. He said us, we, and us.
I think he was reading it.
They contradicts that he is. I'm getting conflicted messaging here.
I think he was reading it.
Yeah.
But also, I'm not sure how the website works, if you download it and play it on your own, or is it straight off a browser? I kind of doubt it, but maybe it is.
No.
But it said it needed a copy of the 64 to run. I just never ROM hacked myself, so I'm not sure. But ROM hacking, I mean, it's technically always been illegal, right? If we're going off copyright.
Right.
But
I would assume. I mean, you're putting it. Access is not going through, like, it's not hosted by Nintendo,
mhm.
and you're using Nintendo assets. You're really probably putting your ass on the line.
Fair. But like, I don't know. It's just, I think the interesting thing is they're not taking down all of them. They're just specifically taking down like a couple,
Yeah.
which just looks like it's for their own reason. It's not because it's infringing.
Interesting.
And that seems like a crazy activity to me.
Mhm.
But I can see Microsoft's legal department randomly getting things on their doorstep and sending it off to Tracer to handle it autonomously. And I can also see the possibility where Microsoft's legal department doesn't even do anything whatsoever, and Tracer is just sort of hired to handle these things. I see all three possibilities being exactly as equal as the other. I actually heard another interesting perspective from Nolan as well. This is actually a really good one. He saw the Minecraft thing, the Alumeria takedown, and was wondering if Microsoft was testing the waters for taking down Hytale. And as you guys have known, Hytale has been absolutely destroying.
Have you heard of Hytale, by the way?
No, I never heard of this.
So
It
it's
looks really nice though.
you're
Oh,
good. Can't believe he's never heard of Hytale. To be fair, I didn't until it was released. You there?
Yeah.
Okay, so Hytale is basically a different version of Minecraft, like a different game, but like Minecraft's-esque.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it's been in development for like, I forget, like 9 years, something crazy. And they had like a whole legal thing where it got bought out by a company. The company just sat on the property and didn't release it. And then recently it got resold to the original creator, and he released the game as it is now, and it's doing really well.
Okay.
it lately. The player counts on that game are huge.
But-
And so
Is Microsoft getting a cut of this as well?
Of Hytale?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's kind of what
Do
they're...
you have to like buy Minecraft or something to even
No,
play
it's
it
not
or
Minecraft.
anything,
It's
or-
not Minecraft. It just looks like Minecraft. It's a block.
Does it use Minecraft assets though?
No, not at all. It's its own standalone game. It's just a Minecraft-esque kind of game. You know, like a block survival type of game.
Okay.
That's the
See,
only.
that might be a little different.
It's
you
its
know? The other
own
one
game.
they just look like Mario assets, you know, that
It
they were
is.
using.
It is. It's using Mario 64 and Mario Wonder, and letting
Yeah.
you make your own level.
They were using Minecraft and throwing it in there and was building it. I could see Microsoft, like, I can see a company being cool with it because you have to go buy Minecraft version that participate in a way, you know? But I can also see, like, if they build it completely on their own, it could be enough differences that, you know, where they just, like, they back off too, you know, and, like, not mess with it. Taking the Mario Maker, putting the host on the website. No, it doesn't. I'm usually on the side of this, you know, the little people, but that sounds like kind of playing with fire a little bit, you know, like. I don't know. We'll see.
So to
Yeah.
believe that wouldn't have Microsoft's attention is obviously out there. I think that's an interesting theory. I think I could see that, honestly. Do a little focus group with a game that isn't quite as popular, isn't making the waves, and then that didn't work. Maybe we shouldn't do that with Hytale. Except for when I apply these sort of logics to Nintendo's case and the Mario Builder thing, that's when I think the automatic stuff, the logic no longer really holds true. To me, if Nintendo was sweeping the internet automatically, we would see far more things than just Mario Builder being taken down. We would see all of these fan games being taken down. There's hundreds and thousands of them all over the internet, some of them far more popular than Mario Builder, but I think Nintendo has a history of going after things that they deem a little bit conflict of interest for them. Yeah, so I don't actually know what to make of the situation. When I spoke to Arthur Tilley about this, who's been pretty involved, and he is the creator of
Oh, this is the guy who made it.
Mario Builder 64, him along with
Very
Robert,
small.
they're leaning more towards it's just an automatic thing. So I wanted to see
They're small.
if Jens would publish another statement and maybe an explanation or anything, but it just seems so unlikely that would happen. And to my knowledge, I believe after this went public on Twitter a little bit, that Alumeria title got the DMCA takedown request removed, and I think they're moving on as planned. I don't see that happening with the case of Nintendo and Mario Builder. We don't really ever see mercy like that from Nintendo, and we also never really see any sort of official correspondence. And yeah, it seems that the DMCA request taken against Alumeria has been completely rescinded. I don't see Mario Builders being rescinded, but who knows? Maybe this little video will get a little bit of awareness and also not have them strike mercy against me. Don't shoot the messenger, bro. I didn't even make the game, dude. let it go. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you have any theories, and I will see you guys again tomorrow for a more regular video.
What do you think?
I think it's just more of Nintendo taking down stuff, but in terms of Mario Maker 3 being confirmed or not, like it says there, I feel like they actually might not have a Mario Maker 3 ready. So I think they're just kind of maybe either preemptively taking it down for when it is eventually ready and they release it without conflicting titles, basically. Or maybe they just saw the popularity. I mean, he said it wasn't that popular, but...
So they made a Mario Maker looking 3 on a website. That Mario Maker 3 is not out yet.
Yeah, no one knows what Mario Maker 3 is.
Okay, so but they went ahead and like jumped ahead of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Without intentionally going for Mario Maker 3, they just did Mario Maker 64 and Mario Maker Wonder, which is their newest game.
Oh yeah, okay. So Mario Maker 3 is probably Super Mario Brothers 3 with the raccoon and all that.
That's actually already come out in the first 1 and 2.
Oh.
Yeah, Mario Maker's cool. You can...
okay. Mario Maker 3 could just be like a 64 looking game.
Exactly. 3 could either be more two-dimensional levels or 3D, which is could be considering they turned off Mario Builder 64.
All right.
But is what it is.
Yeah. I think it's going to get shut down.
Oh, yeah, I think it did.
And although it's a lot of hardware, they did a good job, but
I just wish I played it before then. And also, I feel like it's going to get more popular if it comes back on.
But I think they do a couple slight changes, change a little, to a female plumber. I don't know.
Oh, you're trying to say make it original?
A blue, just slightly original a little bit,
Yeah, people love Mario. What can you do?
Just a little tweaks, Like you don't have to do much. You can still have the platform and have most of the assets, but you just probably still have chomping plants in a way, just switch them up just a little bit, and switch the character up. Maybe use I don't know, a milkman, instead of a plumber, and bada bing, bada boom.
I don't think it's hurting nobody. They're just making more.
I mean, yeah, you can keep up.
They're just making more content for a game that came out like over 20 years ago, 64.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts anybody or anything, but I think to avoid it getting taken down,
Yeah, I hear you.
Probably need a
way to change
tweak it,
for sure.
Yeah, and make it a little more their own stuff a little bit, They can probably keep 90% of it, and then just make it more spoof. That's all you have to do is just spoof it up, Anyway, that's going to do it for now. Thanks for hanging out with Cold Bear and Cool Pops.
Yeah.
Again, if you feel like supporting the stream, and tips are always appreciated, but never required. Just means a lot for you hanging out here. All right. See you next time.
Later.
All right, still there? I'm gonna go down and. They didn't.